In the heart of South Asia, Bangladesh stands at a crossroads, grappling with the complexities of governance in a rapidly changing world. As it seeks to refine its political structure, the nation looks toward various systems that could potentially enhance its democratic fabric. Among the most compelling options are the French semi-presidential system and the U.S. presidential system. Each system presents distinct advantages and challenges that merit careful consideration in the context of Bangladesh's unique political landscape. The French semi-presidential system is characterized by dual leadership, where both a president and a prime minister share executive powers. This arrangement can create a dynamic political environment, allowing for a division of responsibilities that could lead to more effective governance. The president, elected by popular vote, holds significant authority, particularly in foreign affairs and defense, while the prime minister, appointed by the president, manages domestic policy and the day-to-day operations of the government. This duality can foster collaboration and innovation, as the two leaders work together to navigate the complexities of governance. However, this system is not without its pitfalls. The potential for political gridlock looms large, especially if the president and prime minister come from opposing political parties. In such scenarios, the machinery of government can stall, leading to inefficiencies and disillusionment among the populace. Moreover, the concentration of power in the hands of the president can sometimes overshadow the role of the prime minister, creating an imbalance that may undermine the effectiveness of the government. For Bangladesh, which has a history of political volatility, the risk of such gridlock could exacerbate tensions and hinder progress. In contrast, the U.S. presidential system emphasizes a clear separation of powers among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. This framework is designed to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful, ensuring that checks and balances are firmly in place. The president, elected independently of the legislature, wields significant authority, but must work collaboratively with Congress to pass legislation. This system promotes stable leadership as the president serves a fixed term, providing a sense of continuity that can be reassuring for citizens. Yet, the U.S. system is not without its challenges. The separation of powers can lead to political gridlock, particularly when the presidency and Congress are controlled by opposing parties. This can result in a stalemate where critical legislation is stalled, leaving pressing issues unaddressed. For Bangladesh, where economic development and social progress are paramount, the inefficiencies that can arise from such gridlock could hinder the nation's growth trajectory. Furthermore, the emphasis on individual leadership can sometimes overshadow the need for collective decision-making, leading to a governance style that may not fully engage the diverse voices of the populace. When comparing elections and representation, both systems offer unique insights. The French system, with its dual leadership, allows for a more nuanced representation of the electorate, as voters can express their preferences for both the president and the prime minister. This could lead to a more comprehensive reflection of the nation's political landscape, potentially increasing public trust in the government. However, the risk of fragmentation is significant, as multiple parties vie for power, which can complicate the formation of a stable government. On the other hand, the U.S. system's winner-takes-all approach can lead to a more streamlined electoral process, but it often marginalizes smaller parties and dissenting voices. This can result in a less representative government, as the two-party system dominates the political arena. For Bangladesh, a nation rich in diversity and cultural plurality, the challenge lies in ensuring that all voices are heard and represented, regardless of the system adopted. Government efficiency is another critical factor in this discourse. The French semi-presidential system, with its potential for collaboration between the president and prime minister, could lead to more agile decision-making, particularly in times of crisis. However, the risk of political strife and gridlock could counterbalance this advantage, leaving the government unable to respond effectively to urgent needs. Conversely, the U.S. system, while stable, can become mired in bureaucratic processes that slow down progress. The fixed terms of office can lead to a reluctance to make bold decisions, as leaders prioritize re-election over immediate action. Public trust is perhaps the most elusive asset in any governance system. In Bangladesh, where political corruption and instability have historically undermined faith in government, the choice of governance system could significantly impact public perception. The French model, with its dual leadership, could foster a sense of accountability, as citizens see both the president and prime minister as responsible for governance. Yet, the potential for conflict between these leaders could also breed cynicism if the public perceives them as more focused on their political battles than on the needs of the people. In contrast, the U.S. system's clear delineation of powers may enhance public trust by ensuring that no single entity holds unchecked authority. However, the frequent gridlock and partisan conflicts can also lead to frustration among citizens who feel that their government is not functioning effectively. For Bangladesh, building public trust will be paramount, and the chosen governance system must facilitate transparency, accountability, and responsiveness to the needs of the populace. Ultimately, the question of which governance system might better suit Bangladesh hinges on its priorities for governance. If the nation seeks a system that encourages collaboration and adaptability, the French semi-presidential system may offer a compelling framework. However, if stability, clear checks on power, and a defined separation of authority are paramount, the U.S. presidential system may be more appropriate. As Bangladesh charts its future, it must weigh the pros and cons of each system against the backdrop of its historical context, cultural dynamics, and aspirations for a more equitable and prosperous society. The path forward will require careful deliberation, a commitment to democratic principles, and a willingness to adapt and evolve in response to the needs of its people. In this pursuit, the lessons learned from both the French and U.S. systems can serve as invaluable guides, illuminating the possibilities that lie ahead. In a parliamentary system, the Prime Minister's direct accountability to Parliament fosters a collaborative environment, enabling swift decision-making that contrasts sharply with the gridlock often seen in the U.S. political landscape. Coalition governments can lead to stability or instability, influencing policy direction and responsiveness. Meanwhile, the U.S. president operates independently, often facing partisan divides that hinder progress. France's hybrid model combines elements of both systems, presenting unique challenges as it navigates the complexities of shared governance, illustrating the diverse dynamics of political leadership worldwide.